We are continuing with Lansing Mayor Virg Bernero, the Democratic candidate for governor, who met with Rick Snyder yesterday. And Sherrill, you were at a meeting with Rick Snyder?
We got to meet with Rick Snyder. I'm on the board of directors of the Lansing Regional Chamber of Commerce, and we had a meeting. And I know, Virg, you've been invited as well to come and meet with us. And we had an hour meeting with Rick Schneider, and I kept watching the door waiting for you to pop in.
You wanted him to bust
and
through like he did over in
I didn't
Westland.
think it was a bust in. I thought maybe you'd pop in and say hi. He's in your town, and I was disappointed we didn't get to see you yesterday
But
afternoon.
little did you know they were meeting elsewhere at the
didn't know they met
Causeway
ahead
Bay.
of time. No,
And now
Rick
you
didn't-
know that.
Rick Schneider didn't share that with us.
Mayor Bernero, are you disappointed there won't be a live audience at this debate? It'll be streamed on the internet, shown on television, but no live audience.
I am. There's plenty of disappointments to go around with regard to the debates. And I had to, basically, I agreed to some things that, whatever, just to get the debate, just to move the process forward. I had to compromise. And that's one of them. It's strange to me that Rick, loves a live audience at his town hall meetings where they're all invited guests, people that support him. But that was one of the things I challenged him. I said, Rick, you like the town hall meeting. I don't care what the format is, for the debate. The debate can be moderated by Michael Patrick Shields. It can be moderated by a TV personality. It could be no moderator, just you and me at a town hall meeting, kind of like the one we did at your place, but not with all Snyder supporters. Let's get a big auditorium and have a town hall meeting, a real one. And he says that's what he likes. He says, never mind the debates. I'm doing this all the time. Yeah, but it's a rally, Rick. It's people that already support you. I love going to a rally with people that support me. It's great. It really boosts the ego. But that's not governing. That's not reality. You need to talk to people who don't necessarily agree with you on everything. You need to get out there, and you need to reach the hundreds of thousands of people who are going to be voting in this election and have a decision to make, and allow them to make an informed choice on more than just an infomercial or a soundbite. I think the people, we owe that to folks, and a lot of people are going to be denied that opportunity.
You might be surprised to know that we were talking with Congressman Pete Hoekstra about half an hour ago, and I said, what do you think of there's only going to be one debate? And he said, I think there should be at least three, and I don't see any reason why Rick Snyder wouldn't debate. And I said, well, Rick Snyder's saying that there's no time for him to debate. And Hoekstra said, well, what do you mean? We got 6 weeks left here. They could do one a week. Now, that was a Republican saying that,
Exactly. This business about not having time is so much horse dung. Please, what are you doing? A campaign. You're running for the highest office in Michigan. If you want the job, you got to go through the interview, and the interview is the debate. And like I say, realistically, it would be no problem. He comes on these shows after me. Oftentimes, I'll be on the show, he'll come on after. So why can't he come on at the same time? With you in the middle, for example, asking us questions, give us a chance. What is he afraid of? The thing is, Michael Patrick, maybe he's conflict averse. But a debate can be a great exchange of ideas. An argument, it doesn't have to be argumentative. It doesn't have to be an argument, but it's an exchange. We have different views. We've talked about some of those views, like with manufacturing. He's quoted as saying manufacturing should be put to bed. Maybe he believes that all of our manufacturing can be done in Mexico or China. I don't believe that. I think we have to have a strong manufacturing sector, and we have to invest in that. And we're growing manufacturing in Lansing. I think you got to make something. I have a whole plan to make it in Michigan, to keep to grow manufacturing, and I think that feeds the whole economy, the information economy, the service economy. And so, I'd like to have an in-depth discussion. I think the public deserves that. I want to talk about my record in Lansing, what we've done to bring jobs. I have practical experience at economic development on the ground floor. So does Brenda Lawrence as mayor of Southfield. What is their experience? What is his record? I've challenged his record at Gateway. I'd like to have that, in a debate setting. I don't know what he's afraid of. I don't know what he's trying to hide about his record. But the fact is, you got to face people, and it's part of the job. If he can't stand up to me and to journalists asking him tough questions, how is he going to stand up for Michigan in a global economy? We need a fighter, somebody who's going to stand up for Michigan and make Michigan work. It's not an easy job. So if the debates are hard for him, I would just say it only gets harder from here.
Let me ask you real quickly, because I know you got to go. Rasmussen says that you've closed the gap to 13 points now. Experts said the gap would close, and it is shrinking.
Exactly, and that's why I always say, and that's why I like to talk to you on your show and others where we get to talk about issues and not just polls, because the polls, we've got the election's over a month away. This thing is going to change. It's fluid, and so. Now it's closing. It's 13 points. Supposedly we're at 38, and he's at 51. Debbie Stabenow was at 17 points down at this point in her election against Spence Abraham. Engler was down 20 points or so when he was running against Blanchard at this point in the election. There's plenty of times for this to flip, and I think as people learn more about us, that's going to happen. I mean, I have confidence. I have a plan, a Michigan Main Street agenda to move our state forward. I'm confident that we can grow and that it doesn't all have to come at the expense of Main Street. I mean, one of the big differences, I believe you got to have a strong middle class, and that's what my plan is about, building that middle class, making sure that people have a job, making sure that our kids have a place to go when they come out of college, making sure that college can be affordable, stopping the foreclosure problem, stopping this mess, making sure that there's access to capital for small business. I'll put my plan up against Rick Snyder's any day of the week. Brenda Lawrence and I, as Main Street mayors, have gotten results for our cities. We both have AA+ credit ratings. Both of us have balanced every budget on time without raising taxes. 5 years in Lansing, 9 years in Southfield. I'll put our records against Snyder and Cali any day of the week. We have real-world practical experience, and we're going to put Michigan back to work for working people.
Thank you very much for the time this morning. The debate will be October 10th. It's a Sunday at 7 p.m. We'll have full coverage the following morning, of course, right here. And he is Lansing Mayor Virg Bernero, Democratic candidate for governor. And thank you, too, Sherrill, for being here.
Thank you for having me.